How'd that feel?
That was a burn and a half, man.
Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tucson on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. I've got complete footage from our back and tricep workout that we did last week, early last week. At this point, I was still dealing with a head cold, so wasn't quite feeling myself, didn't have my energy, my strength, but it still felt really, really good to get into the gym, get a pump on, get that blood flowing, and kind of work on form and control. Really kind of training intuitively here. Didn't have a set rep target that we were going for here, so went a bit lighter, and I'd say for the most part we were aiming for around the 10 rep range. We began the workout with the barbell row here, did 3 sets of this, and yeah, I'd say for most sets we were looking at about 10 reps, and then we moved on to some pull-ups. So we got the pronated grip, palms facing forward, and working on my range here, really trying to get that, drive that chest up towards the bar, work on my control, work on keeping the tension on the lats. I was finding in the stretch position previously, I was letting myself relax too much in the bottom, and I was finding that was starting to aggravate my shoulders a little bit. So I shortened up the range just a tad and really kept the tension on the lats. And Rick's got a bit of a shorter range here, but really feeling that tension in the lats throughout the full range of motion that he's using here, and really making sure that he's driving that chest up towards the bar. Nice control on the last rep there. So we did 3 sets of the pull-ups, then we moved on to a superset between seated rows and dumbbell pullovers. So we lugged the 75-pound dumbbell over to the seated row machine. Notice I got the individual handles there. I really like using these handles to get a good stretch, rip them apart a bit as I'm pulling towards my torso, and then bring the hands together as you get that stretch going in there. So now we're just dropping down, dumbbell pullover. So really worked on a good contraction there with the seated rows. Now I'm going to really work on a nice stretch here in the lats with the pullover. Now notice how I like to drop my hips down and get a little bit of an arch in the back. I find with this position I get an incredible stretch in my lats. Actually, I really feel it mid-back, kind of lower trap area. So I feel that my lower traps are really engaged here, as well as my lats, upper lats. Of course, I'm going to feel it right around the armpit area. Towards the end, you may have a tendency to feel it in the long head of the tricep, as that head is one that crosses the shoulder joint. But really, really important to focus on control here. It's really want to keep the tension on the back. If you relax on the way back as that dumbbell is going down and you're feeling that stretch, if you're just letting it drop down and your lats are relaxed, you can run the risk of really injuring your shoulder there. I find that a lot of people overstretch, and if they're not nice and tight, the shoulder is just in a compromised position. So even as I'm stretching, that weight's lowering back, I'm really trying to keep my lats nice and tight. Now, I learned to kind of drop my hips a bit from Tom Venuto. I think he was the first person I ever saw or heard about getting a better stretch by dropping the hips down in the bottom position. Rick prefers to keep his body completely upright. Some people prefer to just lie completely on a bench, so like you would for a dumbbell chest press, the length of the bench, and just let the arms come off the back. So your whole body is up on the bench instead of just your upper back and shoulders. Seeing some detail in Rick's triceps there as well. And Rick will play around with, what I found is as I'm lifting up, instead of just bringing it up, I really try to push that dumbbell towards the ceiling. I'm talking about Jay's calves in the back there. He's been teasing me. If you watched yesterday's video of our chest and bicep workout, Jay's been teasing me about my monster calves. He does have big calves himself. He was a heavier guy, weighing over 300 pounds. And leaning up, looking forward to seeing him. I think his plans of breaking the 200 mark. I think he's right around 210 to 215 right now. So leaning up, and yeah, it's been really, really great to train with him. I really appreciate him encouraging me to pay a little extra attention to my calves. Now, he did well with the seated rows there. This was his first time performing these pullovers, so trying to get comfortable with the form. And you'll see, you know, he was getting a little bit too much tricep involvement here. So he was bending the elbows on the way down, so they're stretching the triceps, and then straightening, like contracting the triceps, and then doing the pullover. So what you're seeing here is his very first attempt at this exercise in there. I was giving him some tips, and now he's got it a bit better. So he's starting to feel more tight. He's keeping the arms steady, keeping the lats nice and tight, and feeling it where he's supposed to feel it. So this was his first time attempt here. We did this workout again this week, and he went a little bit lighter with the weight and felt it so much better. He's really perfecting these movements. Again, if you haven't been following the previous video, Jay's been training with us, I'd say for the past week and a half, and he has more of a powerlifting background, so he's used to only training in like the 3 to 5 rep range. So all this hypertrophy pump work is completely foreign to him, and it's been a completely new experience, and it's been really exciting to hear his reaction to it, how he's feeling, how he's really kind of enjoying that little bit of muscle soreness and really feeling the tension in the target muscle instead of like the tendons and the joints. So it's been great. It's really fun adding another person into the mix here, getting a bit more of that camaraderie and just really pushing each other, again, to strive for our full potential. So after doing 3 sets of that superset between the seated rows and the dumbbell pullovers, we're now moving on to the closed grip pull down. Again, for the most part, we're really kind of sticking around that, I'd say 8 to 12 rep range, and seem to be hitting 10 reps on a lot of our exercises. Here, Jay's got some really good, pretty decent form here, getting a good range of motion, really able to drive that bar into his chest. Got some good guns there, nice thick torso. Going to be exciting to see him continue along this journey. So next, that was it for back. So we did 3 sets of the closed grip pull downs. Now we're moving on to some triceps. And this is a superset here, beginning with closed grip bench press. I'm liking the way my arms are looking there, looking pretty full. Upper body's coming good. Oh, there's the big, massive calves in the picture. Really looking forward to building those up. I think I'm really looking to challenge myself in the calf department now, and thinking of putting together a little program, a guide, and sharing that with you guys, and especially if it works for me. If you see my stubborn calves grow, then it's definitely a plan that will work for everyone else. So after the closed grip bench, we are moving on to the rope press downs. Really ripping that rope, the handle apart at the bottom, and then bringing them in close together as you come up. So trying to bend those elbows, you keep them locked at your side, but bending them so you get that full range of motion, a good stretch at the top. And this is just a monster burn there.
How'd that feel?
That was a burn and a half.
Definitely got me. So that was the first set there, and here we got Rick's attempt. And we all got little different ranges there. We're just at this age. I mean, I'm going to be 40 this year. Rick's 52. Jay's 37. Especially Rick and I, hopefully it seems like Jay's really adapting our philosophies right now, and just really paying attention to form and control and listening to your body. It's just so huge at this stage of the game to make sure that you're working in a range that you're feeling the tension where it's supposed to feel. And I mean, it's important to work through a full range of motion, but there's times when that full range of motion, if you're not feeling it where you're supposed to be feeling it, causes more pain and aggravation in certain aspects of your joints or muscles, then I say it's more than fine to shorten up that range. But all in all, I mean, that's not like that was a bad range for Rick either. And here we got Jay coming right down. I think he's so used as a powerlifter, really bringing that bar down to the chest, that this seems quite natural for him. Looking good, looking smooth with these. He's definitely got some strong guns there. So he's adding a little bit more weight here. I think this is our second set. In the following set, he added another 5 pounds each side. Let's check out the calves as he's walking. Look at those big calves. There's my inspiration. Maybe that's all I needed, was to train with someone with bigger calves. We got a decent little calf workout yesterday. Some drop sets and on the standing calf raises and some seated calf raises. So it's been a lot of fun. It's kind of nice to introduce a new workout partner here and there and just get some new energy to the group. And it's just fun kind of sharing our philosophies and just feed off of each other's enthusiasm. Big burn for Jay here.
The sleeves are concealing those guns.
Gonna make sure he's wearing a tank top soon, show off those arms. And we finished off the workout by performing some single arm reverse tricep press downs. This is a friggin' awesome finisher for the triceps. It's kind of a unique contraction. So your palms are facing up, and you got a little bit of freedom with the wrist here on this cable machine. Pinky finger can turn a little bit inwards as you're going down. But the contraction in the bottom, it's absolutely awesome. I enjoy reverse curls. Sometimes we'll do them with one of those angled, or kind of like, it looks like an easy bar, but a cable attachment there. And but here with the single arm, it's really nice to focus on that one arm at a time. And we were looking to force out a little rep or two at the end here, just using our fingers for a little assistance. Just get you through that sticking point and get that last little contraction there. Just an awesome way to finish off the tricep. So all in all, again, it's not a high
45
volume workout. We've kind of dialed back the volume a little bit this month. Rep ranges, we're just kind of working in the same kind of rep range, that 8 to 12 rep range, hypertrophy rep range. Nothing too heavy for the most part. It's feeling good. It's been a nice mental break. As I was dealing with the cold, my nutrition hasn't been spot on. Kind of been feeding the cold to get rid of it. So looking forward to this week, really bringing things back up. It's been about 2 weeks where I've been kind of slacking off on the diet. It's been kind of nice. I think overall, dialing down with the workouts, the volume, the intensity, and kind of relaxing on the diet, that's been a nice break for me. And now I'm ready to go strong to the finish line now. Hope you enjoyed the workout.